little bit more personal. You don't want it recorded, just tell me, can you just pause the recording? No problem, I'll pause it. Okay.
Great.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so we have a nice expansive time frame, which is great. And I just wanted to make sure that wasn't putting too much pressure on. Okay, so we're good, right? We're gonna dig
Okay.
in. Okay. So tell me a little bit about you, how many years in real estate, where you are, what your business looks like.
Okay. Um, 12 years in real estate, so since
Okay.
2013.
Okay.
Got my license in the 80s, but found out I was pregnant with a third child, so I never really did anything with it. But it looks as if I've been doing it for 40 years. I just haven't. Um, I was on a team for a short time. That wasn't a good thing for me, both because of somebody else being the boss of me and because I I didn't like their ethics of they made an appointment with a FISBO and you go tell them you have a buyer.
Oh,
I mean, they've set up the appointment saying we're going to send an agent. She's got a buyer. She's going to preview the home. Not good. I have a group in my office, five other individual agents. We're all within about 10 years of each other, and we're very supportive of each other, save each other's neck from time to time when we're out of town, when we're too many things going on. And I'd say that's like the secret to my um, satisfaction
okay.
and not entirely to my happiness, but not having everything be on me and
Okay.
knowing that I have people I can rely on who do business the way I do, think like I do.
Okay, well, that's phenomenal. I just want to ask a question about that. So, is it okay if I interrupt you if I have a question? Are we good?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, they're not your team, they're coworkers, they're peers.
Yes,
Okay.
peers.
Awesome. All right. So I'm just making notes. So if I look down, I'm not listening, I'm taking notes too. Okay.
Sure.
All right.
And we call ourselves our KW tribe. We don't know if that's PC or not, but that's how we
Doesn't
feel
matter.
about each other.
It's all good. It's good.
Um,
Okay.
I have things I know that I don't do. I have things I know that would make my business better, and I don't do them. And my heel digging in about coaching has been, it'll be more things I need to do that I won't do. So I love that I have this sense of I need to shut up and listen, and I don't often have that. um,
Okay.
I know myself pretty well by this time. So I know I need to shut up and listen. Um, I
Yeah,
do
that's good
like being the
awareness.
smartest person. I do like being the smartest person in the room. So therein lies the problem. But my friends, one of them feels that way, so we can commiserate. Um, I'm 71. I'm very motivated to not only have enough money to live a long time. My dad's 94. His mother lived to 99.
Oh, God bless. So you've got
So
longevity in
I
your
could outlive
family.
my money pretty easily. And I have a husband who's just survived a horrific cancer and surgeries and chemo and radiation and fed through a tube in his belly for 18 months. And now he's having the tube removed. He's gaining weight again. He's in good shape.
Good.
And so, considering, so he may live a while, and we want to be able to enjoy. And the keys to that are health and money and time. Um, and I also have three children, and my middle daughter has one child. Um, I worry about her a lot, and I worry about him because she's a special needs teacher, and her husband has just lost his job, and he's deaf, and he's a coder just as AI is taking off. Their um, heat in their house goes out. This week, the heat in the house goes out. The 16-year-old stepson has hit her car with the car he's driving and practicing. He's got a learner's permit. And then the shower pan or something has started dripping from upstairs into the kitchen. And she's just overloaded and burdened and 500 miles away. So, and she's not calling, which scares me. So it scares me in that she's probably using credit cards. She's probably, so I'm projecting on all of that. When it comes to my business, I love working with first-time home buyers. I was a teacher for 2 years in the 70s, so I have what I call the teacher gene, and I like to help people. And I like to educate them and get their wealth building started. But that's not the best use of my time in terms of how little I have left and how much I need to earn. I need to think a little more selfishly and work with people who have a higher price point, a house to sell, a house to buy. I know these things academically, and yet I gravitate to the first time home buyer. I joined the real estate planner community in Keller Williams, if you're familiar
Good.
with that, Dana
Mhm.
Hara. I joined it 2.5 years ago. I've really done very little with it other than use it as a referral source. And so far, I've made more money on the referrals that I've spent in the 199 a month that I've done there.
So you're getting a
Um,
good return on that investment.
so far, I need to
And
say
that's
more
not
to
even working, and that's not even what's really working it, you're saying, right?
right, right.
Okay.
So
Well,
I think
good
if
for
I
you.
worked it, I don't like the idea of probate because of the ambulance chasing piece of that.
Okay.
Um, we don't have the I don't have in my sphere the wealthy people with multiple investment properties that Dan O'Hara has really made his business on, but we do have a lot of appreciation here in Dallas Fort Worth. So there's an opportunity there. I haven't figured out my way into that.
Okay.
I think it's through the experts like estate lawyers, CPAs, that they trust me, but I have to develop that relationship and then they refer me business.
Mhm.
Um, I sold I've sold 20 so far this year. Normally I sell 20 to 24. I'm including referrals in that. Um, there aren't any leases in this year.
And what's your GCI right now, year to date?
Uh, I don't know it that way. I know it by 4.7 million, not counting
Okay, that's
October, which it,
volume. Okay. So,
yes, that's volume. And I can look up, geez, I want to say it's 148 uh, before I get to, but that may be my part. I'm not sure. I've got to look at that. Um, I want to, my best year was 2024 and it was 8.7 million in volume and 20 units. And my GCI was, I think, 208. Um, so if I could get that average price point up at 20 to 24 units, and in Dallas Fort Worth, I should be able to do that.
yes.
But my lender partner who sent me a lot of business, he
Mhm.
says, I've got somebody, she's a 250 buyer. She's in South Fort Worth, which is an hour from me, and I don't want to tell him no. So I do it. And that's not, I need a good
Okay.
way to tell people no.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I see you
You
biting your
can,
lip.
okay, yes. And we're going to get back to that because there's SOPs, there's operating and procedures, and there's ways that you can set up structures that you still get the referral on that one if you find
Yes,
the right person. Okay,
yes.
demographically. All right. So,
And I
yes,
do work hard at
you.
that. One of the things I do because I love it and not because it helps my business, so I could really use your hurting me on this on this part. I love to learn. So uh I go to lots of trainings and take lots of notes, and I get on Zooms about the business plan or planning for 2026 with Dana Hara and Seychelle Van Pool and all these people that KW put on. That's a Zoom raising money for KW Cares. And then I don't implement. I go to family reunion. I go to mega agent camp. I'm part of the Inspire community that James Shaw has through Pivot Shift Ahead. I just came back from Tampa where we did the business planning and the AI with Lauren Lucas. So I love all of that. And then I'm overwhelmed with how much I could and should, which I know is a bad word, be doing. And I get paralyzed because I don't know what to do first. So I've done really well by my book, Flying by the Seat of My Pants. And that's because I've lived a long time, so I have learned what works and what doesn't in relating to people. And I live frenetically. My husband says, I wish you could leave the house without being in a frenzy. It's always, oh my gosh, can you pack up my computer? I didn't realize the time. Oh, I haven't brushed my teeth. Well, I don't have time for that. Where are my car keys? Where's my phone? Almost every time. Um, and I try to work on that, and I'm not, I don't make much difference in it. Um, I will say that last year I really worked on what I call thinking like a man and trying to compartmentalize and deal with the thing in front of me and find joy in the thing in front of me without worrying about the things I can't do anything about until tomorrow. Like, oh my gosh, did I miss the deadline for the survey or whatever? I'm going to enjoy the dinner. I'm going to have the phone off, those things, and deal with the compartmentalized problem when it's optimum or opportunity or time to do that. This year, I have focused more on things I've taught people but don't do myself. I don't know if that resonates with you,
Well,
but
you mean you tell people what to do, but you're not doing your own, you're not taking,
yes,
but yeah,
yes,
I think that's human nature. So I don't know if it
yeah,
makes you
I
feel
think
any
so
better,
too.
but yeah.
Yeah. So I've done a better job. I'm a night owl, so I've been using the point system from Inspire, where my goal is to get 30 points hope in the morning. So I give myself a point if I go to bed by 10. I give myself a point if I'm up before 7. Um, if I'm on the pivot shift ahead call at 6:30, an extra point, at 7, an extra point. Um, I get dressed for the day before I leave the bedroom. If not, I'm sitting here in my pajamas. I look up and I have 15 minutes to be somewhere and it's 10 minutes away.
Mhm.
So that part of it, I'm doing better. I haven't perfected it, but I'm doing it much, much
Good.
better.
Good for you.
Um, uh, and what got me to you is that my team leader is Teresa Flood, who is, if every office had a Teresa Flood, Keller Williams would be the only real estate company in the world. She is incredible and in the Hall of Fame and wise beyond her years, all those things. When I did the business plan for rookies at our office, because I couldn't do the one that wasn't for rookies, at the end of it, I had this. I got to take the blur off. Um, this was my notes on my business plan. Can you just see, without
That's
reading it, can
great.
you just see the
Yep.
mess? It's written all over. And I went to her and I said, I can't figure out what to put where. I know I'm supposed to only have 3 priorities, but I have 4. So surely there's a way to finagle it into 3. Um, I know you have 600 agents, but would you have time to help me with this? And she said, absolutely. But have you ever considered coaching? So that's when I said, okay, I'll call and do the 30-minute thing.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful for that. I need you to boss me. Um,
Do you know that I used to live in New York? I have no problem with that.
and okay, this is just sort of telling you, which if you couldn't figure it out,
You're a
I
high
think you,
D. Are you a high D?
well, I'm a lot of I.
Okay, keep going.
So I would like to be a high D, but I think I'm more a high I because I get down in the weeds and I'm like, oh my God, I can't see the forest for the trees stuff. Um, because I want you to respect and like me, I will be a better student than I will be with someone I think I can BS my way around. I don't really do it intentionally, but if you're the alpha dog and I respect you enough not to
Wow.
challenge you,
I just,
then
okay, I want to stop you for a second. That is a huge self-awareness nugget that a lot of people don't, uh, first of all, that they're not aware of. And if they are, they don't usually share that. So I want to just stop for a second because authentically, good for you. And I
thank you.
appreciate it. So,
Thank you.
and okay, and that's definitely a high I. You do have your D in there. You do, because I can
Yes.
hear it, right?
Yeah.
And this may or may not make a difference. I actually resonate with both. So I'm a very high I and my D is just below it. So I understand. Okay.
Okay, good.
And I will tell you that I love when women own their D. I love when women are there, they've got their line in the sand. They know how they're going to run their business. They are the boss lady, they're the CEO of their company. They're running it from a higher level. And strategically, that's where we want to focus. You already know what you need to be doing. That's going to make you more successful. You've done your business planning. It's just the mechanics behind it.
Mhm.
So yeah, and if you get off track,
Just keep me out of the ditch. Just keep me.
yeah.
That's what I say about parenting. I don't have to keep them on the straight and narrow in the middle of the road. I just got to rebound them out of the ditch right and left.
Yeah.
Something my first husband and I divorced after 17 years of marriage and three children. And we went to, I went to a lot of counseling when he quit going. And, um, but the counselor, who was a male, I chose so my husband wouldn't be threatened by a female counselor, told me in private that I was highly male identified. And I didn't know what that meant, but I was flattered by it. So, and I think it's because my respect for my father, who was a Chevrolet Buick dealer and eventually owned 7 dealerships, just the crazy entrepreneur, super successful. Then he lost it all. Um, and I was in the fallout of that and had to rebuild from him having said, you don't have to have a job, take care of your children. That's your most important job. I'll support you. And then when he fell from the pedestal, I had to figure out how to get through it. And about that time, met my husband, who's the one who said, "You are such a connector. You should be a real estate agent." And I said, "Really? Doesn't everybody, when they meet somebody, say, 'Oh, you're from Dallas. Are you a native Texan? Did you, and try to make the commonalities there?" And he said, "No, everybody doesn't do that." And he's now a retired dentist. So he's an introvert, he says, with good social skills. So he's my emotional
Good.
support animal. He's
Good.
the one I'll say, listen to this conversation. And when I'm off, tell me, did I come across kind and confident and professional, intelligent, or did I come off as a know it all? I fight the coming off as a know it all.
Okay.
And because I want to tell people, just listen to me and your life will be better. Um, Something else I thought of there. I'm a serious overthinker. I'm not just thinking of this end, but then the consequence after, future, 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 all the way down the line. And I have to stop myself from doing that. Myers Briggs, I'm an ENFJ, but you probably would have figured out a lot of that. And my daughter, who's very much like me, is an ENTJ. So, yeah,
Yeah.
she's also an 8. She's also an 8 on the Enneagram. This is the oldest daughter, not the one with all the troubles.
What was
Um,
your Myers-Briggs again?
ENFJ.
Okay.
Um, and that older daughter, the one who's the ENTJ, is an attorney. She's working for the American Junior League International as their vice president of risk management. And she has gotten a real estate license and is trying to get that established and be dual career. So part of what I want to do with the time I have in real estate, and she's calling me and asking me my opinion about things or for direction, which is fantastic. Um, so I think I can help her avoid the peripheral things and head right to the nuggets of the basis of having a good real estate career. So the better I get at it, the better I can help her be.
This is the same daughter with the grandchild or a different daughter? Okay.
Different daughter.
Okay.
This one is 44, the one with the little son and all the everything breaking and the stepson who hit the car with the other car. Um, she's my middle one. She's 41.
Okay. So this one's 44. Let me just make a note. So the one who's
Yeah.
41 with the grandchild, what's her first name?
Abby.
What is it?
Abby.
Oh, Abby. Okay.
And my older daughter is Katie. And then I have a son who's 39 and his name is Tony.
Yes. Okay. And then the 44-year-old who's interested in real estate.
Yes, she has a license. She's in Memphis. So she has a Tennessee license. She's an attorney and the vice president of risk management for American Junior Leagues International,
Okay.
Association of Junior Leagues. The middle one is a um, middle school special needs teacher,
Hmm.
and my son is a roofing um, like project manager.
Okay. What's your son's first name?
Tony,
And he's the baby, you said, right? 30, what
he's
is
the
he?
baby, 39,
39.
and a fantastic husband and father. And we think his two older sisters and I, brought him up right.
Where does Tony live?
They're all in Memphis. They went there to go to Rhodes College, a liberal arts
And never left.
Presbyterian,
Hmm.
and they never left. Well, the girls left for a year to go to Washington, D.C. or Paris, and then
Nice.
they came back to Memphis.
So Tony has two kids?
He does. He has a 7-year-old son and a 3-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Abby has the 6-year-old son and the 16-year-old stepson, whom they just got custody of maybe June, 5 months ago. And my
Yeah.
older daughter, Katie, has two stepsons who are 13 and 10.
Okay.
And there will be
See?
no more anywhere.
They're done,
They're done.
huh? Okay. All
And
right.
we have Kate, and not Katie, Abby and Tony. I don't know if they're ADD or ADHD because I think that diagnosis has changed, but they're both that, which their father is. And I've decided as I've gotten older, I may be too. I really don't think I am, but I have that scattered, um, you know, I keep a lot of balls in the air
Mhm.
and do it by not thinking about it. Because if I focused on how much I had to do, I might just curl up in the fetal position. Um, but I think it's sort of that when Charles was so sick, we didn't sit around saying, woe is me. We said, we're going to this doctor and then you'll be okay home alone while I go to this open house. And, we just did it. And I'd say that's been sort of a theme through my life of fighting a landfill that was going in by my parents' horse farm. And they don't turn down landfill permits in Texas. They allow them. They allow, 900 of them, and they don't have enough inspectors to inspect them. And
Mhm.
I could get off on that pretty easily, but about what we do to the environment with landfills.
Yeah.
Um, so I learned you can take on City Hall and win, and that's been very important for, looking back when you face something hard and you think, well, I did that, I can do this. I had a divorce, I can do this. I had a child with a birth defect, I can do this. Um, I did what they said couldn't be done with the landfill fight. I can do this. I can be, not penniless, but and not homeless. But for me, it was a long fall from where I'd lived to where I needed to live. Um, and that's okay too. I don't have to have a big house, but I do want a nice house. I
Mhm.
don't have to have the most expensive car, but I want a nice car. I want a Cadillac, not a Chevrolet. You know,
Okay. So, what makes you happy? What brings you joy?
um, I work on having little things bring me joy because you can control those. Um, Charles's son John took his own life in May.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and and he has done beautifully with it. But part of what we said is we're going to have flowers from Trader Joe's on the dining table because they're pretty and they're not that expensive, and it makes us happy to see them. We're going to have good music playing in the house. We're going to go to the Memorial Day concert, the Presbyterian church our friends go to. Um, and that has done. His daughter's being honored tonight as Entrepreneur of the Year, she and her boss in Fort Worth, and we're going to the gala, and he's rented a tux.
Wow.
Do we want to spend $250 on renting a tuxedo? No, but we're not going to miss the gala, and we're not going to show up not dressed appropriately. So,
Mm.
um, uh, and we've worked on building our wealth. We bought a rental property in Memphis 3 years ago. It's an Airbnb and on Furnished Finder. We've made money. We've not made money. We've had, the person who destroyed it and stole things and smoked in it. And we're building our way back from that happened in September. And my daughter Cathie is the boots on the ground in Memphis. So that's working pretty well. We've
Good.
bought notes. We've changed financial advisors. We're trying to be, um, without knowing it was the right thing to do. I used to just put money in my business account, like I'd get it, every check I got goes in there, and I just spent money, and what was left. Then I thought about, oh, there's a lot of money sitting there. I should probably do something with that. Well, now I run it leaner. I take the money out of there
Good.
sooner and think I'd rather have it somewhere else than working for me. And if it gets
Absolutely.
down low,
Good for you.
I can always put more money in it. Or if it gets down low, then I'm motivated because somehow I forget I've got other monies that I took money out of there and put it somewhere else. So that's the profit first mentality. We had the author of that book speaking to us in Tampa. Um,
Okay.
so, and I know I'm just scatter shooting here, but
It's
I think
fine.
about, I think about, I have lots of things I'm paying for that I analyze them and say, that's still useful. That's worth it. I either have a measurable way it's worth it, that I've gotten this much in
Mhm.
um, GCI from a referral out of Real Estate Planner. I also have homes.com that I have a professional, whatever, subscription to that. Um, I'm in that Inspire group. So I'm spending money on all these things uh, that even if I can pay for it, can I really afford it? It's not just about the money, it's also about the burden of feeling I'm not getting the benefit out of all these things I'm paying for, and the burden of I've got to take advantage of all these things. So I'm hoping you can help me with that. As the result of the big KW thing where they had Seychelle Van Poole talking about how to have raving fans, and they had Dana Hara talking about, they had all these experts on. Caroline Quo spoke about luxury. From watching that in mid-October, I said, next year, I've got to do a better job with reviews. To me, reviews are like your homework. It's a no-brainer that needs to be done, you know. But I haven't had a plan in place for getting reviews. I have a plan in my head. It sometimes gets implemented. The other thing I want to ramp up is referrals. And I don't just mean outside referrals to me from other agents. I'd love to have that opportunity as I get older. Maybe it's 75. That's kind of the age I've had in my head. So 4 more years where whenever anybody thinks of real estate, they could think of me. And if they're moving from Memphis or Washington, D.C. to Seattle, they say, Cathie can help me find an agent sell in Washington, D.C. and find an agent help me buy in Seattle, because you can have your license in Texas on a referral only status. So you can't write the contracts and do all of that. And that is a matter of training my sphere. That's not so much about other agents referring their clients to me, although that's wonderful right now. And I don't know if it's realistic that you can make a living from 25% referrals all over. But part of what I do in investing in the things that give me referral partners is knowing, oh gosh, that's a great agent in Miami. That's a great one in San Antonio. That's a great one in San Diego, and just have that group. Um, I'm part of a mastermind group of about 40 women all over the country and a couple in Canada We meet every other Thursday on Zoom. Elsa Rosenberg out of Boca Raton leads it. Um, and she is completely inspirational and a wonderful human being. And most of them are luxury. And I'm mature enough, I don't get sidetracked by thinking that's what I need to do because um, I don't know that 5 big deals a year would make me happy because I know the grief I'd have to put up with from um, the luxury seller primarily.
Okay, so that's a self-limiting belief.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um,
So anybody that has a home valued at more than what number?
I've never sold over 2 million, so that probably I don't know that I've had the opportunity. I don't really know how those come. The most expensive homes I've helped someone buy or sell have either been referrals from my lending partner or friends of mine
Okay, and
who
how were those transactions?
great.
Okay, so what makes you believe that it would be different with other people?
Um, I guess I feel um, I've never lived in a $2 million house, but I've lived in the circles with people who live in $2 million houses. Um, we went to the horse races. My parents owned horse races. We went to the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont and Santa Anita. And my dad had a box at the Cowboys Stadium that was like $50,000 a game. So I've lived in that world. And I know everybody's not superficial there. Um, Maybe I just feel it's a class above me. That might be the best way of saying it. And I'm more comfortable in my comfort zone of people like me. I love, I've got a series of 3 couples. My lender sent me this one, they sent me this one, they sent me this one. All 3 couples are both doctors. All 3 couples are Indian by uh, culture and ancestry, all of those things. And because the lender referred the first one, they knew like they trusted me instantly. And then because they referred, everybody was relying on their confidence in the person referring them. And like one of them texted me today and said, "Can we go look at this?" And it's a $2.7 million property up near Oklahoma in a small town with the pool and the acreage. And so with him, I have no problem with that. Um, I'm not intimidated because we're friends now. So I think it's an intimidation factor, probably.
Mhm.
And I think because of um, my weight, that I'm not as professional looking as I need to be at that price point. When I look around, the people who are in luxury, I'm not saying they're all skinny swimsuit models from, Sports Illustrated. Um, but they have a degree of uh, polish in their appearance um, that I don't have. I can try all I want. I can pay $400 to have my hair colored and cut and feel good about that, and my nails look good. Um, but I'm not going to go buy super expensive clothes. I'm going to drive a Cadillac, not a Lexus. I'm going to, or Mercedes or whatever might be the status symbol of the moment. Um, and I really pride myself, which isn't necessarily a good thing, on not needing a lot of things because I've had a lot of things and that doesn't that doesn't protect you.
No, it doesn't. Life still happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How you feeling right now?
I just want to go throw myself on the bed.
You need a tissue?
I got one. You're gonna hand me one through the computer.
If I was there, I would just,
Yeah, I know
yeah.
you would. I know you would. And I
Um,
love knowing that you know neuro-linguistic programming because you're picking up more than I'm saying.
all right, just give yourself a moment to just let it out because releasing is very healthy. So if there's more, just it's all good.
It's all right here in my jaws, tingling. Um,
Take your time. I'm gonna sip my coffee. You just let me know when you're ready.
need to be able to talk without my nose running. That's my standard. Okay,
You good?
thank you.
You. So obviously you already know that this is a safe space. There's no judgment. So
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
needs to come up and out, just let it go. Let it flow out. Okay, with
Okay,
ease. Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. So, okay, you shared a lot, and I'm sure there's more. And we have an expansive amount of time to work together. I have clients that work with me for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and it's not because they're not outgrowing. It's because we there's it's just a good partnership. Their business is growing, they're growing personally,
Yeah,
and I've worked with clients who I've walked through the exit strategy and the succession plan. So, so I can
and
help you to get that part. Hmm? What?
part of that, Charles and I talk real freely about things. He's a wonderful partner. Um, and he's how old is he? He's 77. And with all of this, we've always thought because he's older and he's a man and he's got a lot of health problems that he would be the first to go. And the plan we've always said would be the good one for me would be sell this house or rent it out, whatever works out to be the thing to do at the time, and move to Memphis, where all three of my children are. His daughter's in Fort Worth, an hour away. So we're not going to go there early, but and then maybe I could help my daughter if she's got the real estate thing going, or I mean, it wouldn't be that hard for me to get a Tennessee license, and um, I just have to I'd have to be supportive and not the lead dog, and I'd have to work through that. But I could if she's, doing real estate. So um, I said earlier I like learning, but I'm a little overwhelmed right now that I love learning about AI. I've been listening to all the Lauren Lucas things, and um, I've got some I need to go back and listen to again. Uh, I was doing it just for time saving, and Gary Keller said two parts of that: time saving and lead generation, and that automation. And you had mentioned that I needed that, and that you knew about AI. I'm excited about those possibilities. I created a QR code for open houses so that people can scan it, give me their information. It goes right into command. They get all the info on the house they're walking through. And then I have a smart plan tied to it that sends them a text and an email.
Right.
But then I don't have a follow up plan. You see? So micro focused on getting all those little things right in order, just perfectly right. And then I fall off the cliff. Um, so I need to learn AI. I don't know if you're familiar with Final Offer or not, but I've got to learn Final Offer. Do you know about Final Offer?
I've never used it personally.
Okay, but it's so our office at Dallas Preston Road is one of, I think, 14 that Go Network owns.
Okay.
And there are 10 in DFW, maybe 11, two in New Mexico, where Kara Shug lives, Santa Fe, one of the other Nexus coaches. And then Memphis is a Go. So they have the power of numbers. And we had a private, something called private collection that was an off-market listings. We could put a home in there while renovations were being done or while it was off the market while somebody was sick, and it still was getting exposure to the, I don't know, 3,200, 4,000 agents in the Go network. Well, now that's become part of Final Offer, and Final Offer is a nationwide thing. It has everything that's in the MLS, and then it has our off-market properties. So the goal is to connect your clients that you have set up on a search in MLS to say, I'm going to migrate you over to Final Offer, where you not only have MLS, you have all these off-market properties.
So,
So I've got to learn how to do that. I've been to a couple of trainings, but I like to say, okay, start here. And that if they go too fast for me, I get lost before I get to step 4. Um,
okay. So
and
that's
then
is that, are you paying extra for that or is that part of, no, because you're in
it
that
the
market.
net or yeah,
Mhm.
the Go network is paying for that.
Good.
Just like then they're also paying for something called Home Hub. It used to be Homeowner AI, where you
Mhm.
can enter your clients in the hub and stay in touch with them. And it's showing you and them all the time how much equity they have in their home. It primes you to tell you who's most likely to sell soon. It's where you can share vendors with them. It's where you submit yourself as their trusted advisor, and all the things about their home are in this. Um, so I'm not willing to just fire stuff off without understanding that
Yeah.
it's going to be right.
And look, there's a lot of tools in the toolbox. You have to choose which ones are really going to work for you and which ones you're going to actually use on a regular
Yes.
basis, and then commit to those. And even if it's just one at a time until you feel like it's running, and then you move to the next one and you just build it out one at a time so you're not overwhelmed.
Yeah. I have trouble with that because I whack-a-mole it.
No.
I do
Yeah.
this um, and I'm pretty good at whack-a-mole, which is so it doesn't force me to do it efficiently, to do it
Yeah,
the
but
right
that's
way.
okay. So we'll work on that all together. That's fine. Okay. What else? What else do you want me to know?
Multitask. I multitask. You probably get that from that. And
Yeah,
try hard not to.
multitasking is a fallacy, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because Gary Keller said so, and I believe everything he says.
Oh, I
I
didn't know
mean,
he said that. I didn't know he even said that,
he,
but it is not a
he
thing.
says it's not efficient. Do not multitask. He's
No,
like, oh my
because you're
God,
doing
don't
that.
multitask, you know. Um, so I always prided myself on that. And when he said, stop it, I try, but it's hard. My mother used to say my middle name is Go, and that's true. If Charles said there's a gala for Carolyn and her boss being entrepreneurs of the year, and I said, great, let's do it. When is it? So I'm that way about going places and doing things, and um, I've
So
learned as
how
I've gotten
often, all right, wait a second. How often are you looking at your calendar?
uh not often enough
Mm,
because I'll think I know something that my dental appointment's at 10:15. It was really at 9:15. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had it wrong in my head.
okay, so the calendar is your second Bible.
Yes.
So starting like right now, can you open up
Yes.
your calendar?
And I don't have everything on it. Like I
Ah,
don't have the gala. I know it's tonight,
can you
but I
put that
don't
in
have it.
there? Add that
I
in
don't have
now.
it on.
Just do it now.
I just asked Charles before we got on, what time was it tonight? Okay. I also have a problem with, you're going to be, oh my God. So I have a problem with,
Non-judgment zone over here, so there's nothing.
um, because I was an English teacher for 2 years, the thought of something being misspelled or miscapitalized, I can't bear it. And so I can't put that in my phone till I change the color to the color that tells me it's a special event and not a standing
It's
something.
okay.
I correct texts before I send them. They would communicate just fine without a capital letter, you know. Um, so I try to ease up on that. Okay, back to the calendar.
Yeah. Did you put the Gaylor in there?
I did.
Okay. What else? And you said there was something else that wasn't in there?
Uh, I don't know if there is. Uh, I'm looking to see. Yes, I have a closing next Friday. I've got that in there. Um, I don't have closings on here, I know. Yeah, I've got one December 4th, not in here. But I'm not sure what time it is, so I have to look that up. Um, save me from myself.
That's why you're doing the
Uh,
calendar. Yep.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so tell me what the rules are about the calendar. The minute I know about something, I put it in there.
Mhm.
And
Are you using more than one calendar?
no, just
Just
the
the
Google
Google
Calendar on my
Calendar.
phone.
Okay, so do you have your Siri set up on your phone? Like, can
Yes.
you talk to your phone? You know that
Mhm.
you can just say to Siri, Siri, add an appointment for blah, blah, blah date at this time to my calendar?
I didn't know that, so I will do that.
Yeah.
Great. And I think in talking to you, I'm thinking I need to have um like that every night when I'm making my plan for the next day, I look at my calendar because then I would realize my dental appointment's at 9:15, not 10:15.
Yeah.
But I'm too busy winging it. So,
So how's winging it been working for you?
well, it works well till it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it's fall off the cliff not working well.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Have you ever read the book by Michael Gerber, The E-Myth Revisited?
No, the E myth.
Yeah, I'll
Mm-mm.
put it in the chat for you.
Okay.
It's a short, quick read. Um, let's see, I might even be able to find the thing for it. So it's called The E Myth. So it's in the chat,
Okay.
and you can listen to the book, you can read it on your Kindle, you can buy it in paperback.
Okay.
It talks about your mindset around your business not being, you're not an employee, it's not a hobby,
Right.
you're a business owner.
Yes.
And stepping into those shoes, like boss lady.
Yes.
hmm So
Mhm.
as a business owner and a real estate professional, how do you want to run your business
Mhm.
and be that?
Yes. Like
Mhm.
the idea of would you fire yourself if you were your employer?
Well, yeah, well, I always like to say, would you pay yourself what would you pay yourself your salary for the work that you're doing?
Yes.
hmm
Um, yeah. I'm
So
I'm very proud of having had success this late in life. It's not a bad kind of pride, I don't think. I think sometimes of pride are like priding yourself on being a multitasker.
being proud of yourself is not a bad thing.
Yeah. But I think this career's let me finally realize the potential I had.
Okay.
Um, so that keeps me going. If if I win an award, like, I'm in the top 5 producers for the month in my market center, I'm motivated by that. I'm motivated to be in the top 20%. Things that don't necessarily make me money, but they fuel me and keep me buoyed to go do the next thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Okay. Allow a nice deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Okay. We don't have to go through everything today. I just wanted to get a really good idea and I wanted you to be able to give you the space to share. So I have a couple things for you. We only have a few more minutes. I want to make sure we
perfect.
don't we don't miss.
Yes.
Do you keep track of your finances, your closings, your buyer sellers, your pipeline? Do you have all of that on a spreadsheet anywhere?
Not on a spreadsheet. I have it right here on the cardboard back of my notebook. Buyers,
Okay,
sellers.
okay. I'm gonna, I'm gonna show you something that may or may not work for you. So you're part of Coach Accountable right now, which
Okay.
means that you have access, you should have gotten access to some reporting, maybe some worksheets. Um,
I don't know.
let's see.
Let's
I
see.
want to
I'm
go
trying
to
to find,
you.
lost my spot. Here we go.
So I'm going to put some things on here for you
Okay.
because I believe, let me go back into your, so I'm looking at my screen for you for Coach Accountable. We have a spreadsheet. I'm going to convert this back. I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like so that you don't get too overwhelmed. Let me just go to my drive. I'll pull
Okay.
this up for you. It's an example of what we do with one client. Some of my clients have spreadsheets. They all look a little bit different. They work on it the way that they need to, and then they share it with me. So I don't always create them for my clients. So if you need me to, that's fine. I have things that I can show you that we can use. If you're not comfortable with any of those, then we can create one for yourself. Do you have an admin?
No, I have a transaction coordinator. Once I have something under contract, I give it to her. And
Okay.
I'm about to change to someone who does more admin things for you, like put paperwork together and then you review it, send it out. I'm talking to her today. Somebody I can pay $20 an hour to do the things I don't have time for
Okay.
that aren't my most productive use of my
Okay.
time.
Let me I'm just going to take this person's name out
Okay.
so that you're not seeing her proprietary. I just want you to see kind of what we do. This is one client,
Okay.
and I can send this to you. This has some names on it. I don't love that you're going to see this. Let me see. I can just kind of show you very quickly if you promise
Okay.
not to do a screenshot.
I won't. And then you'll send me a cleaned up version.
Yeah, and I thought I had one, but I'm not seeing it, and I don't want to waste time looking for it right
Sure.
now. I thought I had it up, but I don't know why I didn't do that first. I'm sorry. So, okay, I'm just going to share this with you very quickly, okay?
Okay.
Can you see my screen okay?
Can.
Okay, so this is
And I
her.
can't read well enough. I can't see well enough to read it this far back.
Perfect. Okay, that's good. So this is her 2025 pipeline. Lead
Okay.
status, needs appointment, work in progress, a listing, send what the process is, like taking all of those notes that you have on your notebook and putting it into the computer so you could track it. The client
Okay.
name, the type, buyer or seller, who the source is, how that person came to her. Was it a referral? Who was the referral source? All of this have the compliance agreements been done or not? Okay.
And should some of this also be in command or no?
You should be able to pull it from command. Absolutely. I don't want to go to that. I want to go to, I don't know why this thing is showing up.
I like you telling me what to do rather than say, here's something, create your masterpiece from it. I've got
Yeah,
all this
no.
data and I don't have a way to put it.
Okay.
So
This
I
is her
like this.
referral tracker. Client,
Okay.
the type, who the referral was either to or from.
Yes.
Is it a signed referral, referral date, referral percentage, the close date? She's keeping track of all the referrals in and all the referrals out. She's tracking her business. She's running her business as a business. Why
Yes.
can't I get this out of here?
That makes me happy just thinking about it.
Okay, well, that's good. Let me just get this off the dock. Oh my God, I can't move this thing off my, okay. This is what I want you to see.
Okay.
Not this one, the summary. Okay. This one, 20, this one. Okay. these numbers are being pulled from the report. We put
Okay,
her
great.
goals in here, and then we put her actual, and then we added percentage to goal. So she knows all at any given time, this is where I am to where I want to be by the end of the year. What do I have to do?
Yes, excellent.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do then, so if you like this and it's not too overwhelming, then I will create, I have to go back in and find the one. I have a master copy. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll put this to you. And do you use Google Docs?
Kind of. I'm still I don't know how to program an Excel spreadsheet, but I know how to use one. But I'm
Okay.
still using Excel and Word rather than Google Docs. I've got a drive. I'm trying to get things organized on there and moved over from desktop to the Google Drive.
Okay, so I'm going to send this to you as a Google Sheet
Okay.
document, and
Okay.
you can use it as, and it's very similar, the formulas, it's all very similar. There will be some formulas in some of the boxes, so don't touch where the formulas are. Just let's start plugging things in there and then just get comfortable using it. And you can't break it because I'm going to send you your own copy. And if
Yeah.
something is, something happens, we'll just send another copy. Okay.
I may make a copy so I keep a pure one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll do that. I'll get that out to you. And anything that you do have, any reports that you have, okay, so you did your business planning. Do you have that electronically or is it just on paper?
I, I just have it as a mess on paper. It's not really a plan. It's the parts of a GPS with it unassigned where it goes.
Okay. Do you have an electronic version of a clean GPS that you can fill in, or do you want me to send you a blank of that?
Send me a blank.
Okay. So let's start getting that in, blank GPS,
Okay.
and then we'll start working on that as well. Okay.
Yeah, I have trouble figuring out where the pieces go. Is real estate planner using that? Is that a priority? Or is that one of the strategies that I use for another priority?
So what I will
See what
tell
I
you
mean?
is your one thing is the big overarching goal.
Right?
What's the big, hairy, audacious goal that you want for 2026?
Um, 30 units and 15
Okay.
million in volume.
Okay. So then the priorities are what has to happen, the big things that have to happen. You have to have X amount of closings. You have to have like what has to happen, and then you break that down. So each one of those, then what's the SOP? How do I get to that many appointments? How do I get to that many referral partners? Like what are the key strategies that I'm going to implement? And we'll work on all that.
Okay. I usually think of referrals as sort of bonus,
Well,
because it's
you can, except for you want to start building it as part of your residual passive income.
mhm,
So
for,
the strategy will shift now. So it's a different
yeah,
strategy. All right. So now you want to start thinking of it as a additional revenue stream that is part of your overall business plan.
mhm.
Hmm.
And that'd be the outgoing referrals that are,
Yeah.
uh,
No, it
I
could be
think that's
incoming
where I've
too.
got to educate my sphere more. And I know how to do that through
Okay,
social
we'll
media.
talk about it. Yeah.
Yep. And I need somebody to help me with social media because I've been forever figuring out how to do it. Um, and then it doesn't look good enough to me. It's not as
Oh,
polished as other people's is.
okay.
So I probably need somebody to do that for me.
One of the things that I need from you is for our next meeting, we have to schedule those two more for this month. You're going to want me to see your organizational chart. It's you, it's your TC, and then you're bringing somebody in, and we want to talk about who that person is it full-time, part-time, what are their responsibilities, right? Okay.
I've had a virtual assistant before and I couldn't I was the problem. I couldn't stay ahead of her. I She was in India and I wanted her doing social media and just let me send you, this is my listing, this is, whatever. And but I had to check it because it would have neighborhoods suck. Maybe it's time to move. And I'm like, no, no, we can't say.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
So
All right. Let me get
thank
to
you.
that. All right, you're
Okay, so
welcome.
for next week,
Yeah, let me pull up my calendar. So we have two more meetings to schedule for November. And typically what I'll do is I'll pick the same day and time every week.
okay,
And if you have to change something, we change it.
okay.
So we can do, let's see, how many weeks do we have left? So we have the week of Thanksgiving, we can meet on Tuesday, the 25th, but if you'd rather skip the holiday week, then we'll just do one more in November. What's your schedule for the week of Thanksgiving? Are you working or are you taking off?
Oh no, I'm working. I've got my pie event on Tuesday.
Mhm.
Is Friday a possibility? Are you off
The
that day, the
the
day after
21st?
Thanksgiving?
Oh, the
28th?
28th? I might take off, but let's look at next week first. So let's do that first.
Okay, next week.
So yeah, the week of the 17th, what day works?
Yes. Um, Usually Mondays or Fridays are my most open days. So why don't we do Friday the 21st since Monday would be quick?
Okay, so let me just move this. Let me open this. Let's duplicate. And we're gonna do
Does 8:30 work?
the 21st.
Uh-huh.
8:30 your time would be 9:30 my time, right?
Right.
Okay. My son's going back. I actually have family in Plano and Allen and
No kidding.
no, we had my son lived in Austin and then they moved to Bastrop and now they're in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh gosh. Well, Bastrop's a fun place. Well,
Yeah.
Austin too, but it can be a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Bastrop's a cute little town. But yeah,
Mhm.
so 9:30 to 10 my time, so it's a half hour on the
Yes.
21st. And it should have your call prep form in here. Let me just make sure it's here. Um, okay, I just have to change the description. I will add the call prep form to make sure that you have this.
Is that the one I didn't get filled out for today?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'll fill that out. And then of the spreadsheets of the client pipeline, outgoing referrals, incoming referrals, the GPS,
Hmm.
which of those should I focus on for next Friday? Or what of,
Well, which one's the priority for you? If you had to pick one, what would it be?
it's probably the GPS.
Okay, so let's plan on doing the GPS for next week.
Okay. And do I send you, like, when I get this put together in better form, this GPS, do I email that to you or is
Yeah,
there a portal I load it to? Okay.
you can just email it to me for now. I'm going to go in and create a way for you to send me things inside of Coach Accountable, and you'll get an email, but it's going to take a little bit. So just for now, just email it to me, and I'll put it in there for you.
And I'll get an email about how to access Coach Accountable.
Yeah, just check your spam folder because you should have gotten some emails from them already. And if you're not seeing them, I want to make sure that you're getting them. They might be in your spam folder. It would either be Coach Accountable or the Coaching Nexus.
Okay. Good spell. Oh, it's in spam from November 6th.
Yeah, so if you can just report not spam, it'll stop
Yeah,
going into your spam folder. That would be great.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then, okay, so you've got the unspam, we've got the date for Friday the 21st, and then the week of Thanksgiving, what I think Thursday and Friday, we should skip. Is Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday available for you that week?
Why don't we let me look at Wednesday before I say, but I'm thinking that way my pie event is over. That's always a
Okay.
let's see. And it gives us a little more time after the 21st.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, Wednesday the 26th is good.
Okay, and I think I have a meeting until are you available at between 12 and 4 your time?
Let me see. I have something on the calendar 12 to 1 from agent to advisor. What is that? I don't remember what I put that on my calendar from, but why don't we say, um, how about Wednesday, 1:30 my time, which would be 2:30 your time?
That works. Okay, so let me go back and do this and do that. And let me just duplicate that because I just, if we get it in the calendar, that would be so much better. So it's the 26th and, okay, and you said what time? 2:30 your
Um,
time?
1:30 my time, which would be 2:30 your
Yep,
time.
yep,
Is that good?
yep, 2:30 to 3 and, okay, so now it's in the calendar for both. Now you're set. And the link for the call prep form is inside the calendar invite. So now if you can't find the email, you have to look at your calendar because it's in there.
For the coaching form. For the Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay, good deal. And where do you want me to send the GPS till
Oh,
I
just
get
to my
into
email.
what
Do you have my
email?
email address? It's just Deborah@debpearlman.com.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so tonight, starting tonight and in the morning, every night and every morning, before you even put your feet on the floor, if your phone is next to you, check your calendar.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check my inbox so I can certainly check my calendar.
Check your
Flying
calendar
there.
first. I would check the
Yeah.
calendar before the inbox even.
Yes, do it.
Yeah,
Because
because
I might
otherwise you'll,
realize I need to bolt out of bed.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Calendar first. Okay.
Okay, got it.
All
Thank
right,
you so
ma'am.
much.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
All right. I will see you next week.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye. Oh, have fun at the gala tonight.
I will.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.